Today, we're not going to talk about a game for your game night. We're going to talk about the soundtrack for your game night. Up next. What is up, everybody? This is Everything Board Games, and I am your host for today, Paul, otherwise known as the Techno Funk Boy. I've been looking forward to this one for a little bit. I had the distinct pleasure of being able to review this new album from Jazz Paladin called Space Themes Ambient Music for Game Night. The reason I was excited about it is I've followed and been a fan of jazz music for a while now, and what I've been used to from him, and if you followed his music, you have too, is these really great like jazz renditions of video game music. And he and I seem to have very, very similar taste in video games, and that makes me happy because I really look forward to his new releases. When I found out about this one, I was intrigued. This is Jazz getting away from his normal style and coming into more of a synth-based electronic ambient sound. Kind of my territory. I'm gonna have to have a word with him on that. I obviously just kidding. I was actually really excited because this is a world that I've been working in for a while, and I was just really interested to see what he's going to come up with. So, in the efforts of full disclosure, Jazz Paladin did give me a digital copy of this album for the purposes of this review, and I just greedily listened through it a few times and thoroughly enjoyed it. So what you're going to get here is pretty much what it sounds like. This is ambient music with kind of a sci-fi theme to it that is meant to accompany your sci-fi based board games. The album is about 50 minutes long and is really meant to be played as a whole. Now, that being said, I very much enjoy the individual tracks on here, and as a fan of instrumental music and a fan of ambient atmospheric stuff, I wasn't surprised because I knew he would come through with this, but I was relieved to find out that I was thoroughly enjoying the tracks on their own. But that's not where this actually shines. This album shines as a whole, and it is meant to be, as you start your game night, hitting play and letting it run. The album ends with 3 covers from the Metroid series, and that's I think kind of what we expect a lot of times from Jazz Paladin, these video game cover songs, but they're not done in his normal style. Actually, what's most interesting about those 3 covers is how well he fits those songs into the flow, the mood, and the style of the whole album. The album in general kind of starts on a high note with Ignition, and this is meant to be the setup of the game, to starting moves to kind of get us going, and then it settles down into kind of a groove. And what you probably would notice as you go is the subtle but steady rising tension of the whole. I really think that this was extremely well put together because it follows that natural progression of a board game, of the kind of the setting up phase, and then that that rising of stakes, the rising of tensions until the end, and it works so extremely well as a whole. I'm thoroughly impressed with Jazz's first foray into this synth based ambient music. I hope he does more of this because I really enjoy it. And to be clear, whatever his next project, I'm going to be in line to take a listen because, as I said, I've thoroughly enjoyed his music over the last few years, and really get excited when the new project comes out. So overall, I'm going to say that this really appeals to two different groups. The first is like, look, if you're planning a game night, and you are like me and like so many of us like to put on something in the background to act as kind of as kind of the soundtrack to your game, especially if it's sci-fi themed. I don't think you can go wrong with this one. This is a good thing. This is a good thing to play. But in general, if you are just a fan of synth music, of ambient music, this is a solid pickup. Even if frankly, like me, I mostly listen to this in the car or during my work day, and some during gameplay, but mostly it was not during game night. And so I think if you fall into that group, this is a really solid pickup as well. The links to all these things are in the description, as well as links to everything board games. If you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, please do hit subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified of the next video. We have some fun stuff coming out, and so I hope to see you then. Appreciate it. Take care.